the internet TV show, which is hosted and is founded by Steve Toth. RealCoachingRadio.net is where you can find out all about that. And when Steve started the TV show and invited people like myself and several others to join him, the idea was to really get the message about what it is to be conscious and what it is not to be conscious, to get that message out to the general public and just share it and just say it as it is. Because sometimes what we do, we tend to intellectualize these things. You know, we know the theory, we know how it should work, we've got it in our heads, yes, we agree with all that, but actually doing it is another thing. So Steve is wonderful because he just thinks, okay, lead by example. Lead by example, show people what it is. And so that's basically what we do. There are 7 pillars, basically, 7 subject areas that we deal with. The shows go out every Saturday. They're live out of Denver, Colorado. 5 p.m. Eastern, I think, which is 2, is it? 3 o'clock, I think, Mountain Time. Anyway, it's 5 p.m. Eastern. Comcast Channel 56, and it's internet streamed. Yeah, so it's a great show, really great show. We have some wonderful guests. We have a guest every week, and there are 3 cast members, and of course Steve is there being the host and moderator. And we basically look at one of the 7 areas. So it might be self-growth, personal finance, what else? Spirituality, careers, relationships, environment, and what's the 7th one? Health. So those are sort of the key areas of our lives, and the areas that we have difficulty with. You know, we tend to live our lives in confusion. Confusion, deception. Yeah, that one, recognize that one. You know, fear, force, we tend to struggle and push our way through our lives. So when we become more conscious, life becomes easier. And that's what we share every Saturday. Yes.
And that's the subject matters that's going to be on the Seminars at Sea Cruise program on the cruise.
Yeah, so we're the cast members are going to be there. Steve obviously is going to be there. We've got two special guests as well, 2 seminar leaders that I'll tell you a little bit about in a moment. And we're going to share our stuff. We're going to share our passions, our purpose, what we're here for, and the way, and really our life lessons, if you like, because none of us have always been in the place that we're in now. I can think back in my own case, you know, of even 5-6 years ago, and I was in a very, very different space, struggling and, you know, forcing and repeating the same patterns. I mean, have you ever looked at your life and thought, my goodness, I was in this same place like 2 years ago or 5 years ago, and things just tend to come around and around. The same things. You think, okay, well, I won't do that again. And what happens? A couple of years later, you think, And I was in that, you know, and it wasn't a nice place, and I decided, no, I don't want to do this anymore. And yes, and that led me on a completely different path. And you know what? This is what we want to inspire and open up channels for people to connect with themselves and have similar experiences.
And you'll be live. And you'll be live right there in front of everybody instead of really on Skype.
Yeah, and doesn't that make a difference? You know, it's so great to really physically connect with a person's energy, you know, and for all the people on the cruise, you know, to be able to talk among themselves and to share experiences and in a really, really safe environment.
Yeah.
You know?
And these will be private seminar rooms because it's a private event on the cruise ship that actually the regular passengers won't be invited to. They're only for people that hear and see and know about this particular seminars at sea. But of course, if the regular people on the cruise ship hear about it via us talking about it and they want to come in, they could certainly pay to come in to the event if they want to do so.
Yeah. Well, that's great, because there may well be people there who, you know, will see what's going on and will be interested and think, I'd like some of that.
You know, towards the end of the week, they might have heard, oh man, I want to come in and hear Helen because you might be presenting at the end of the week.
Yeah,
you know,
that's right.
Because they hear around in their little group around the around a cocktail or something, you know, of discussing certain things or whatever. You never know.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So it's going to be a really intimate experience, but at the same time a very large, opening up, sort of transparent experience as well, because you share, we're all sharing, you know, and sometimes when you're in the environment where people are sharing and they're being totally authentic because they're just saying it the way it is, you know what it does, and it gives you the permission to do that as well.